Yeah, my name is Yaw Tony. This exhibition is part of Design TO, and I'm exhibiting a scarf brand slash an art piece, you can call it.
Okay, so tell us, what gives you inspiration for your work?
Inspiration, I get inspiration from everywhere else. I'm a very observant person, so anything can inspire me, even just by walking down the street of Toronto. Something someone is wearing, or a movie that I'm watching, or I don't know. I get inspiration everywhere else. I try to be very attentive to things, so anything can inspire me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you became interested in art, was there any particular style or artist that influenced you?
There are two main artists in history that I can say that have influenced me: Salvador Dali and Van Gogh, colors. I got inspired by Salvador Dali because in high school, my art teacher, I remember one of the projects that we had to do for the whole semester. I had to pick an artist and paint like that artist that whole year. And I chose Salvador Dali, and I got stuck in the world of surrealism, never came out. So that, and when it comes to colors, I think I've always drawn to Van Gogh for whatever reason. I think it's a genius. So those two artists are my most inspiration when it comes to art, but then you have the great like Caravaggio and the rest, which also inspired us. But I would say the two main artists would be Van Gogh and Salvador Dali.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how much of your heritage and culture has influenced your work?
Oh, that's actually a good question. I would say a lot, especially the new collections that I'm working on. Actually going back and listening to all the high life music that Ghanaian musicians made back in the 60s, the 70s, because they did something that was very profound. I think most people are losing the value in those music, because what they did is they actually hid parables and morals and all those aspects in their music. And there's a lot of storytelling. So most of the new scarves are pretty much depiction of those stories, and I'm converting them into artwork. Yeah, and I don't naturally just say, okay, I'm gonna do an art that is African influence, or I just work. Whatever I see, I just do it, and I happen to play with a lot of colors, so people just naturally assume that it's being based on me having an African background. So, yeah.
So what is your favorite piece?
My favorite piece, so I can move, right? I can move.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll try and come back to the same spot.
Yeah.
So this is actually my favorite piece of all the scarves that I've designed. I don't know what it is. The first time I did it just spoke to me, and I was like, okay, this is it. And that's being my favorite piece for the longest while. Yeah, I mean, there's some that you naturally be like, okay, this is nice, this is cool, but I think this, for some odd reason, speaks a lot to me than the rest. Yeah.
So with regard to art, how do you feel about the state of art today?
That's a very interesting and tricky question at the same time. Wow, that's actually a good question, because either or it's gonna seem like I'm being a little bit critical, but I guess that's what art is. Very subjective. I like the old art, like when you pay attention to, let's say, Caravaggio, Rembrandt, Salvador, Monet, and those guys. I think they challenged the norm, or there was a craftsmanship to their artwork. And sometimes in our generation, you kind of, if you look at some of the artwork, you feel like that is missing. But then again, we are not in that era, so things are evolving. But I like when people experiment. I like when people actually want to make statement with their artwork. So I guess it's all. I don't want to say I don't like the artwork in this era, because I've seen some pieces that I love, but I feel like we are losing the craftness of actually painting than just painting, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does.
Okay.
What feedback have you gotten from others as to how your art makes them feel?
Well, this exhibition has really received a really good feedback, which I'm quite honored. I've heard people say that you have a crazy mind. I've heard people say you have a beautiful mind. I've heard people say you have an interesting mind. So, all in all, I'm well pleased, and I think the exhibition has been received very, very, very well, I should say. So, yeah.
All right, my last question. If you weren't doing this, if you weren't making art, what would you do?
I don't know if I can answer this question. Well, okay, so my background is architecture, so, but for some odd reason, I feel like now the art is gradually overshadowing the architectural part of me. So if I'm not really doing, but then again, I see architecture as art. So if I'm not doing architecture, if I'm not doing art, what would I be doing? If I did anything else, it wouldn't be me. So I don't think I'll be doing anything. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing anything at all if I didn't do art or architecture. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Nope.
Thank you.
My turn.
Okay. What question do you have for me?
I just want to build on that part right there, that last question.
Last question.
Yeah, it wouldn't be you, right?
So,
in the realm of having a different life,
yeah.
could you see yourself having a different interest?
No.
So before art, there was nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ever since I can remember as a child, I've been doing art. Actually, you know what? When I was very young, and most people actually thought I was going to be like electrical engineer or something, because every toy that I ever got, I rip it apart, and then I would redesign it. Every toy that I got. So most people around me thought that would be some of the field. That would be the field I'll be gradually gravitated to. And I don't know. I've always done art. I've always been sketching things in my sketchbook. Yeah, I don't see myself doing anything else
Outside art.
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 When I mean art, I mean it's very broad, right? There's so much.
Everything is art.
Yeah, there's so much like poetry, writing, so anything related to art, playing with colors and stuff like that. I think, yeah, probably be in the field of design some way, somehow. So creating something some way, somehow. So yeah.
How much is how much has the city of Toronto influenced you
Wow.
as a man?
Wow. Wow. I don't know if I can answer this question. Like, I don't know.
Not sure yet? Not a finished product?
Not a finished, okay, I think I can say that. Not a finished product. I mean, it's not done yet, so. The city of Toronto, though.
Yeah, give them some love. Or hate. It's up to you.
No, I don't hate the city. Neither do I love it fully. I feel like for artists and designers in this city is tough because the culture is not really ready to accept art yet. We are gradually getting there, but as the state that it's in right now, I don't see most creative people feeling comfortable calling Toronto their home. Most of the designers that I know are moving out because they feel like they can do better in the States or do better in the UK or any part of Europe. Toronto is not an art culture yet. And I mean, we can use Drake for example, or Dream for example. Like they had to go out of the country or out of the city, make it and come back. So I feel like that's what most of the artists that I know, or most of the creative people in the city is doing. They go out and then when they're able to make it, they come back and the city, you know, gravitate to them. But I would love that the city would, for firsthand, love the people. Then you know they can go out there and influence the people with the culture that Toronto has. So Toronto's still young, I guess. We'll get there.
So you said Drake and who?
What was it, Dream?
The Dream?
The Dream?
You mean The Weeknd?
Sorry, The Weeknd.
Yeah, okay, I'm about to say.
Okay.
Close though.
The Weeknd. See, that shows you, yeah, The Weeknd, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about The Weeknd.
I know, that's why I try to bring it up, but I guess I feel badly.
It's alright.
No, there's a few artists that left the city.
Almost all of them.
Most of the artists left the city when they came back.
I think, I mean, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you said that because that's the segue. That's a good segue to my next question is, what city would you like to do your thing in? Or get inspiration from? Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world?
Yeah.
I love London. When I was there, it felt like home, which was kind of odd because before I even got to London, I felt like I was going to go there. And I think for me, the architectural sense, I love it there. I love the way they're able to blend the old and the new. Fashion-wise, London, Paris, I mean, Europe has a different, they have some sense of culture that, I mean, as a creative person, I think being around those areas inspire you greatly. So I love those areas, yeah.
Okay. Any, I think that's about it for me too.
That's about it?
Yeah. I don't want to hit you.
No,
too
go
crazy.
for it. I like it because we're also on Instagram Live. So I'm quite sure some people are
wondering about this too.
Yeah, or they're asking questions, but I can't. I'll check the questions and I'll try to answer you guys back.
No, it's not their interview. It's mine. How did your parents receive the information that their son wanted to be an artist? And I'm using air quotes for people that can't see.
Yeah. Oh. Actually, I had this conversation with, I don't know, I think I was talking to some youth. And, my father
some youth?
Yeah.
Some child?
No, groups of...
Okay.
Yeah, multiple...
Okay.
No, my father was actually... I don't think I ever told him that I wanted to be an artist. I remember one time I had a conversation. I was like, "Oh, I want to be a fashion designer," but I don't think I ever sat down with my parents and said, "You know, I wanted to be an artist." I think they saw me doing it, and I've always done it, so they didn't really question it per se. Yeah. I don't know. It's
Just never
it's
had
your
that.
life
Right.
to live, right? And I think everybody has their own, and you have to fulfill your purpose in life. So, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I think it was easy understanding.
So, my last question. What's next?
Oh, what's next? Oh, so many. We have a lot of projects in the pipeline.
Don't hit me with that. Give
No,
me
no,
give
really,
me a specific one that you're excited about.
So the website for the scarf got launched last week.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so that's really, yeah, it is exciting. That's really cool. We've been working on it for a very long time. So that is up. There's a new game that me and people on Instagram will know Nana. There's a game that we're working on. The game is pretty much done. We're in Kickstarter phase, so there's a lot of people getting involved.
Yeah, I seen that.
You
I
seen that?
definitely need to see the instructions.
Yeah. There's exhibition. No, there's a fashion collection that me and Nana are working on as well, which you guys should see something this year. Yeah, there's a lot of things happening, and I think people will start to see them around. And yeah.
So when your website is up and running, are your fashions going to be purchasable to the public?
Correct. They will be. Yeah. So people can go to livelevit.com and they will see all the scarves. The rest of the things will be uploaded as time goes. But right now the scarves is ready. It's ready for purchase, and then everything else will follow after that.
Where can people find you?
Instagram, Yaw Tony. I don't do Facebook that much, but I'm on Facebook, Yaw Tony as well. If you hit me up on Facebook and I don't respond, it's not that I'm ignoring you. I just don't go on Facebook at all. But Instagram, most likely you catch me there. My website, Yaw Tony, you find me there. I think, yeah, you search Yaw Tony, it will be easy to find me. Yeah.
What does y'all mean?
Oh, really? You had to do this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yaw means I was born on Thursday. And it's, it means I was born on Thursday.
And what does Tony mean?
Tony means, oh man, you're gonna make me give out secrets that I don't want to give.
You ain't gotta tell me that. You ain't gotta tell me. Tony means Tony, is what you want to say? And that's fine.
No. Okay.
You don't have to.
Yeah, I'll keep that as a secret. Someday I'll spell it out.
All right.
But as for now, actually, you know what? Yaw Tony is actually the definition of all the artwork that I do.
Okay.
So Yaw represent the African side of me. Tony represent the Western side that I grew up. So it's a combination of two cultures together. So the brand is actually, it's a merge of the African culture and the Western culture.